Mother and father crocodile are often going to hide their eggs inside of their mouths and then roll those eggs around with their tongue. It does help out with the hatching process. Now the moms are actually going to be able to hide their babies inside those mouth pouches of theirs as well, trying to protect them from any predators that could cause them harm. And we are making our way out of the Safi River, and we're going to be heading into the savannah. And as we do, our ecosystem around us is going to start to change a little. Like out there to our right, we are passing by that baobab tree. Now baobab trees are commonly referred to as the upside down tree because it does look like their roots are hanging in the air. Now friends, all those trees do appear leafless. It is actually going to be quite intentional. Baobab trees are actually going to refrain from growing leaves as a way to help preserve water inside of their trunk to help animals out in the need of a drought. Just as a quick reminder, once again, that princess that's in the yellow shirt back there, she has to be seated on a lap. She just can't be standing. Hi there, friend. Once again, I need your princess just to sit down for me. Thank you. I don't want anyone getting hurt out here today, but we have officially made it into the savannah, and we're hopefully going to get to see lots of different types of animals out here. As you've seen, the land out here is quite flat, so a lot of these animals are going to end up being grazers. They are going to get their food from that savanna floor, kind of trimming the grass all the way down to its roots. Now out there to our left, friends, you might be able to see some of those painted dogs. Now painted dogs, they actually aren't related to the hyenas at all. They're more closely related to our domestic dogs. One of the differences between them being that painted dogs are going to have 4 toes, while our domestic dogs actually have 5. Out there to our left, we are going to see some of those sable antelope. Now, sable antelope are the symbol of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, and they are actually one of the only antelope known to stand their ground. When it comes between their young and a predator, they are often going to circle around their young to protect them by using those long horns of theirs. Now we are going by some rather large mounds, and those mounds are in fact termite mounds. Termite mounds are going to be another part of the savanna ecosystem. Animals like the giraffe are often going to use termite mounds as scratching posts. They will scratch those mounds all the way down, and then animals like the antelope can actually stand on top of them as a way to better spot if any predators might be in the area. Friends, I don't know about you, but I just so happen to love animal group names. I find them to be quite weird and quite quirky at times. Like they will come in the head on our right, off in that clearing, you might be able to see a confusion of wildebeest. Now friends, wildebeest get the name confusion because when they stampede, they often just start picking a direction and running in it as a way to try and confuse their predators. Now wildebeest, they are one of the second largest of the migrating mammals. They tend to migrate in herds of up to 1.5 million. Wildebeest in Afrikaans does translate into wild beast, and when they vocalize, they tend to make a mewing noise. It's quite a unique sound to hear. Out there to our right, we have a couple of animals. Ones at the very top of the hill are going to be those Ankole cattle. Now, while the Ankole cattle horns do appear heavy, they are actually quite light. They're going to contain a honeycomb-like pattern on the inside that allows their blood to flow from their body. The tip of their horn and back, they'll keep themselves cool. We also have one of those zebra out there. That is the Hartman's Mountain zebra. They actually have quite the unique stripe pattern. Now, the zebra stripes are the same, much like our own fingerprints.
You'll be able to see them right over here.
They also have some of those springbok out there as well. Now, springbok get their name because they like to jump 6 feet in the air and 13 feet forward when running. So I guess you can say they have a little bit of a spring in their step. Right out there to our left, we have some of those Maasai giraffe. Now Maasai giraffe are going to get their name from the Maasai tribe, and they have a rather unique pattern along them. It's not as symmetrical as other types of giraffe.
You want to pet them?
Now giraffe, when they're born, they can be born up to 6 feet tall, and they're actually going to reach heights of 16 to 20 feet when fully grown. Giraffes spend a majority of their day standing and a majority of their day eating as well. They can eat for about 20 hours a day using their long, black, prehensile tongues to get their food. to our right, I do see one of those African elephants. It's a male elephant, I can tell, because he is all by himself. Those elephants running quite the matriarchal group with the females leading the herd. So more often than not, the males are going to go off on their own and one would like to call back to their groups when they're fully grown. Friends, I do have another fun story to share with you all about the elephants as we continue to make our way through elephant country. And it is the elephants and bees story. Well, the story does go that once upon a time there were a couple of farmers in Kenya who noticed a group of elephants were coming and stomping all over their crops late at night. And they were looking for a natural way to deter those elephants without causing any harm to them. So through a little bit of research, they were able to discover that elephants are actually quite afraid of bees. Now friends, elephants don't like bees because the skin on their ears and trunk are actually quite sensitive. So when they get stung, it really hurts them. So what happens when elephants hear the sound of bees, they're actually going to flap their ears and make a special noise so that their fellow elephant friends to stay clear of an area. And those farmers, they did end up installing some beehives all around their farm. And those elephants did stop coming, and the farmers were even able to have another produce they could sell and harvest for their community without causing any harm to those elephants. Friends, we are going to be going by some red clay. If you look closely in the red clay, you might be able to spot some tusk marks. Now those tusk marks do belong to the elephants. Elephants actually like to eat the red clay. It's going to be a great source of minerals for them, and it's really good for their dietary needs. Kind of like how we as humans like to take vitamin supplements. Now elephants just don't eat red clay. They're actually going to eat about 300 pounds of vegetation in a singular day.
One elephant? Yeah.
Now, another fun fact about the elephants I can share with you all is that elephants actually have their own self-cooling system. Now, an elephant's ear, it does contain blood vessels that when they flap their ears back and forth, allow them to cool their body temperature down by 15 degrees. So I guess you can say the elephants have their own ear conditioning. Now, I heard of elephants, I tend to refer to them as a memory. However, when elephants are migrating, they are going to get the name a parade. On our left, we are going by some of those greater flamingo. Now, greater flamingo do get their name because they are the largest of the flamingos.
Those are baby flamingos.
And because they are the largest,
Baby
they also
flamingos are
just so
white.
happen to be the lightest shade of pink. Now, they do get the pink color due to the brine strip they eat that contains keratin. And a group of flamingos is going to be commonly referred to as a flamboyant. These are light gray flamingo out there. Those are the youngest of the group. Those are going to be the babies. However, they don't look like babies anymore. Gray flamingo are going to typically reach their full size after about 6 to 8 months. However, it will take them roughly 2 years to get their full pink color. Numbers out there to our left, we are going by a rather large patch of mud. Now, while that mud does not appear important, it does serve quite the purpose to these animals. Animals like the elephants or the right rhino are going to use that mud as a way to help keep themselves cool, act as a natural insect repellent. They can even use it as a natural form of sunblock as well, to protect themselves from that Savannah sun. Friends, we are entering cheetah territory. In cheetah, they do like to hang out along the left-hand side of the reserve, kind of like the one that we can see out there laying out in that patch of grass.
See it up there?
Now, cheetah, they are the fastest of the land mammals. They can run up to speeds of about 70 miles per hour, going from 0 to 60 in just a few seconds. Now, they are quite the sprinters, though. They can only run for about a few hundred yards before stopping, so they don't tire themselves out. Now, cheetah, they can use their long tails of theirs to act as a counterbalance when running, making those sharp turns. Out there to our left, friends, we do have some of those white rhino. Now, white rhino, they are the largest of the rhino. They're going to weigh about 5,000 pounds when fully grown. If you want to know the difference between a white rhino and a black rhino, just by looking at their upper lip. Black rhinos are going to have a more triangular shaped freehand style upper lip, while those white rhinos are going to have a more rounded one. On our left, we are passing by some rather large rocks, and those rocks are Kopi rocks. They're going to be another part of the savanna ecosystem. As we've seen, the land out here does tend to be quite flat. So animals are often going to use rock formations like this as a way to have a nice sight advantage over the rest of the savanna. Out there to our right, Browns, you have one of those Bontebok. Now the Bontebok, they were once a critically endangered species. There were only about 17 of them left in the wild at one point when a farmer realized this and decided to protect the Bontebok by keeping them on a reserve. Kind of like the one that we have here. And they're actually doing substantially better in numbers now than they were before, becoming quite the conservation success story. And it goes to show that any human, no matter how big or small, can save an animal from extinction. Friends, out there to our left, we have one of those lions. The lion are going to spend a majority of their day sleeping, becoming far more active at night. At night, it is the female lions who are going to go out and find food for the pride. All the male lions, they tend to like to stay back to protect the cubs. Now, if you hear a lion roar, my friends, it is quite the sound to hear. A lion's roar can actually be heard from up to 5 miles away. Now, just think back to about the lions we have out here on our reserve. They were actually used as the inspiration when they were making the live-action Lion King movie. So our lions, they are quite the celebrities. Now friends, usually there are some ostrich out here. However, I'm not seeing any at the moment. But coming up ahead, we do have a couple of ostrich eggs. Now ostrich eggs, they can weigh about 3 pounds each, and a fully grown human could stand on top of them and they would not break. Now ostriches are just a month old. They can actually run up to speeds of about 35 miles per hour. Now we are making our way out of the Savannah Vine Run, and we're going to be heading into Magadi Glen. Now Magadi Glen is home of one of the warden's posts. Fairly recently, the warden did start taking care of some Nigerian dwarf goats. I don't know if the warden's goats are out to play today. Now while these goats, they do appear quite small, they are fully grown adults. They tend to stop growing at an early age. Now if you want to see some more of these goats, I highly recommend that you go out to Rafiki's Planet Watch. You can pet some at the affection section. Now these goats, they do produce a really sweet type of milk, and that milk is often going to be used by farmers as an extra produce to sell, without having to use up more of the land. When farmers use up a lot of land, it does take away from the animals' natural habitats around them. Now friends, speaking of sweet milk and natural habitats, if I do have any coffee lovers aboard my safari, you can make your way over to Creature Comforts, and across the way you might be able to spot those cotton-top tamarins. Now the cotton-top tamarins are actually in danger of losing those natural habitats of theirs. So to help prevent this, if you purchase a flat white latte, a portion of those proceeds will go to saving those natural habitats by building things such as land bridges. Now for all my non-coffee lovers aboard the safari, you can go to any of our merchandise locations and you can donate to the Disney Conservation Fund. And the Disney Conservation Fund, it was created in 1995, and it's at the heart of everything we do here in Animal Kingdom. Its goals are to educate, research, and put money into conservation efforts worldwide. You can now purchase up to the nearest dollar or make an outright donation. And Disney's actually going to match your donation dollar for dollar up to $1 million. But friends, donating isn't the only way you can get involved in conservation efforts. Even by being here today and taking the time out of your vacation to learn about these animals, you are contributing to conservation. And we do thank you for that greatly. Now friends, the learning does not need to stop here. Just after our exit, there is going to be that Gorilla Falls Trail. Now Gorilla Falls is approximately a 20-minute long walking trail that is stroller and wheelchair accessible. Over there, you're going to get to see animals that are local and native to those that we saw out here. My personal favorite animals to see when I'm out there. You can get an up-close view of those okapi. There is going to be an underwater viewing of some hippos. can see some of those Lowland gorillas as well. And if you go out there to the Maharaja Jungle Trek in Asia, you get to see animals that are locally native to those Southeast Asian countries. My personal favorite animals to see when I'm out there are going to be some of those Scottish tigers, some water buffalo as well. And both of those trails, they do include aviaries for you to walk through. So I highly recommend not bringing any food with you when you're out there. Now, other fun entertainment offerings for you here in Animal Kingdom today. There is going to be that Festival of the Lion King show. Now those shows do happen every hour on the hour, with the next show time happening at 2 o'clock today, and the last one being at 5. And during the Festival of the Lion King, it's about a 30-minute long show where you and your family get to sing a song to the songs that you know and love. The Lion King movie with Simba and all of his friends. Now, for any wilderness explorers aboard my safari today, you are riding on Simba 1, and I am your safari driver, Taylor. But friends, here in Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye. It feels far too sad and far too final. So instead, we like to say Kwaherini. Now, Kwaherini does mean to go well, so I do hope you go well, and I do hope you go wild, everyone. Alrighty, my friends, on the right, watch those hands, arms, feet, and legs. Those doors are going to be sliding on open. I do hope you have a wild rest of your day here in Animal Kingdom, or wherever your journey takes you, my friends. Kwaherini.